Just kind of want to make a real quick video. It is a video response to one Mr. Sugar Creek Forge. His homemade sanding disc. I commented that I have the same motor on my homemade drill press, and he said that he'd be interested in seeing it. So this is a video response to him, and a little insight. It's a very put together homemade. I call it the Franken drill press. That's the name I've given it because it's just pieced together. Let me tell you, Mr. Sugar Creek Forge, the motor that you have on yours is way better looking than the motor I have on this thing. This thing is probably about 30 years old. It was built by, if I remember correctly, a retired railroad man that needed a drill press, or a railroad mechanic that worked on, that needed a drill press at home, and he didn't really want to go out and buy one, so he just built one. So yeah, about 30 years ago, he gave it to my friend probably about 25 years ago. So my friend had it about 15 years, and then he gave it to me about 10 years ago. So I'm the third owner of this badass piece of machinery. This is okay, anyway, check it out. My homemade drill press, Franken press. As you can see, let me start at the bottom. Excuse me. What you got is one of those discs that they use to cut the ground when they're, I guess, a plow, I don't know, something like that. Came off a farm implement, welded to a piece of galvanized pipe, and as you can see right there, that's the little, whatever the heck you call that. Brought up, there's the chuck and the guard for the belt. Yeah, that's a bit of homemade belt guard right there. Then you got the top pulley, the big pulley. Then you come around. If you think you've seen one of those switches, I needed a switch with I didn't need it, I wanted it. A switch with a circuit breaker built in, so I took one off of one of those 6-strip power supplies, the switch and the plug, and wired this bad boy up myself. But now I did not build this thing, but check that out. There's the little springs, and you can see it's kind of hollow down in there, but there's the motor. And there's, like I said, your motor's way better looking than this beast, but it works. And yeah, see, it's got the oil holes right there, well, somewhere down there. And yeah, and there's I spent a long time working on this belt tensioner here. Yeah, I'm kind of digging on that. That is Class A, 100% homemade. It had a belt tensioner up here, but I don't like it pushing up against the aluminum housing. So what I'll do is I'll probably lower that. But yeah, that's my homemade. I'm not gonna stick my fingers up in there. For some reason, when I turn it on, it won't turn on real. I mean, it needs a little help turning on. I don't know what to say. So here we go. I'm using this. I don't know if you can see that. This little metal rod, because I'd like my hands the way they are. And sorry about the wind. Here we go. You hear it? There it is. That's that bad boy working. Pretty quiet. So, another thing I find interesting is, if you notice, it's all one piece. It's all, it all goes down together. As far as, the regular drill presses, they have this end that comes down. When you turn that handle this, the whole thing drops. Let me see if you can. Now, I'm going to give you a minute to cover your ears because this thing is loud. It screeches, and it's just metal on metal. It's the metal guide on the metal on this metal guide down here. So turn your volume down because it's going to be loud. Okay, here we go. You see what I mean? The whole thing goes down. Let's see if I can. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's my little piece of homemade goodness right there with my snazzy belt tensioner, and like I said, it was all pieced together, but it works. And
okay, Mr. Sugar,
that's it. So there you go. Homemade Franken-press. Like I said, your motor looks way better than mine does, but yeah, it works and it runs quiet and it runs pretty smooth for being, I don't know, it could be 30 plus years old, you know. So, and you know, being out in the weather and all that kind of stuff. So, there you go. And I may not want to get a new one. I kind of like it. It's like a work of art, a piece of Americana, you know, America's way of thinking, where you, if you need something, you can't afford it, you build it. You know, use it, get what you have on hand, and you build it. So, to me, it's a beautiful piece of art. To others, it may be considered junk, and yes, I think it's a Franken-press, but it's kind of like, I keep looking over there because it's right over there. It's right over there. It's like one of those old cars, you know. You know, why get a new one? I mean, it gets you where you need to go. It does what you need it to do. You know, I mean, you know, I'm not a status symbol kind of guy. It is what it is. You know, it's a tool. It works, and that's about it. So, all right, Mr. Sugar Creek Forge, have yourself a good weekend, and I will see everybody on YouTube when I see everybody on YouTube. All right, hush up, dog. My dog says goodbye. It's like something out of Saw. That thing will take a finger off in 2.5 seconds, if not faster. You see me crying like a little girl.